monster and Lila?
Hey.
Let's ask around and see if we can find out. Now, we just
Paimon.
need a major transport hub where lots of travelers trade info. Preferably one that's high up with a great line of sight.
Sure, but you interrupted yourself.
Oh, got it! Wants you in! Come on, let's go!
Can you believe that, Klee? Paimon didn't even finish her first thought. Well, I guess I can catch it in post, but still. Come on, Paimon. That's just silly. Well, as you have seen, it is time for this new event. Apparently we meet the requirements straight out the gate, so that's nice. And it sounds like we need to go to the Wangshu Inn. Oh, and there's waterborne poetry. Hu Tao and Venti teaming up to do poetry together. I mean, come on. That can't be anything but amazing. And if we're lucky, maybe even Kazuha will show up. We also have the last day of Dodoko's bombastic adventure to do. Let's finish
be as leisurely as this a little more often.
this game with Klee really quick. Day 6. After the previous battles, the Spark Knight Dodoko and the Special Jumpy Dumpties already know the spiky fish well. Now is the time to show them what for. Defeat the invading spiky fish once and for all. Yeah. Spiky Fish Kings, the Spiky Fish Warriors, the Crash Kaboom Mines, the Spiky Sneaky Seagrass, and the Spiky Stony Stronghold all together. And we got all of our... Wait, no, we don't have all of them. Got the mint jellies, the caramel cookies, and the berry cake Jumpy Dumpties. All right, Klee. Let's finish this.
How greedy of
Okay. This one looks a bit complicated. We got 2, 3, and 1. And I can see, I think, where I want to use the berry. Maybe. These bombs here will get these lines. And there is, I think, if we destroy this grass, a moment where all 3 of these can be destroyed by it as well. Maybe. That, or we'll use the mint jelly bombs for that. But the grass needs to be destroyed first. Well, let's see what we get. Oh, we'll get 2 more bombs from there too, so I'm not sure what those will be. That'll change how our strategy goes. Let's determine that now. We can reset if necessary. We get an extra one of the squares. Okay. And it looks like that gave us an extra one of these. Okay. Let's retry. I can wait for them to come together. Ah, damn it. There we go. Perfect. Do the same over on this one. Nice. All right. And now... Actually, I probably could have gotten that. Oh, well. No, we can't. Perfect. Okay, we can probably I was gonna say ignore this entirely, but no. Probably not. So that'll go really well against this square hair. I have 3 of them. This timing here will be tricky. Yes! Okay, just don't mess this one up. Ha ha! Perfect scores all around. Let's get those rewards. Yay!
Who defeated lots of bad spiky fish warriors.
Yes, they did,
Even
Klee.
the spiky fish king was no match.
The Spiky Fish Kings, there were a lot of them. We did it together, Klee. Thank you for your help. It was so much fun playing with you.
Dodoko, Jumpy Dumpty, and Klee, Sparks and Splash are the best.
Yes, they are. Take that, bad fish.
This game reminds Paimon of the incident happening in Cider Lake. Did Lisa base its theme on that?
Of course. This is to prevent Klee from fish blasting, so needed to, well, recreate that in board game form.
But come to think of it, why go to the trouble of finding the invading species when they could just ask Klee to blow up every suspicious fish?
You know what, Paimon? I like the way you think. Yeah. They should have hired Klee for this job. Or did they just not want to encourage her fish blasting?
They could even give us some bombs and let us handle this.
You and Klee are like 2 peas in a pod. Nope. No bombs for Paimon.
Well, well. From the looks on your faces, it seems like you're having fun.
Oh, a lot. Yeah, you give bombs to Paimon. Just at least let me be a good few meters away from her at all times.
It's Lisa!
Yeah.
You're here!
Is the situation on Cider Lake taken care of then, Lisa?
We loved playing Dodoko's Bombastic Adventure. What a fun game you designed!
It was. It's one of the better ones.
Thanks for playing. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Perhaps I should come up with some new updates?
Yeah, sure.
Ooh,
I'll play it.
yay! Klee wants to see Dodoko going on adventures in all kinds of places.
And I'll be there with Klee to have fun.
No, wait. You must have spent a long time
Aw.
working on the game. It must be exhausting.
Aw,
We shouldn't
Klee.
make Lisa work too hard.
See, this is why Klee is the most precious of all.
Aw, thank you for being so considerate. But if it helps keep you happy while you stay inside the city, I'll be more than happy to spend as much time as
Aw.
needed.
And that's why you're such a good librarian, caretaker, Lisa.
Of course, I understand that you prefer going on your own adventures whenever you like. The game is just meant to be a new way to pass the time. Anyway, I have some great news. And I've also brought a gift for you cuties.
Oh? I mean, clearly, one of us is cuter than all the rest.
A gift?
See, it's not even a contest.
Actually, I have a gift for Miss Honorary Knight and Paimon, too.
Aw, thank you, Klee.
We'll get to the gifts in a moment. Let me tell you the news first.
Can Klee play outside again?
That's right. 2 knights from the investigation team found the invasive species nest and swiftly disposed of it.
Hey, nice.
The knights have also determined the cause of their invasion.
Oh?
The species were accidentally introduced to the lake by a merchant without any malicious intent, so the knights let her go after some lecturing and issuing a fine.
Well, that's good. It's good that it was resolved without too much issue.
Luckily, they didn't cause too much trouble. But even Paimon thinks that merchant was way too careless.
Well, it happens. Luckily, no lasting harm was done. The water, Mondstadt's wine industry is safe.
gifts yet? Can Klee go first?
Of course.
Of course.
Yeah.
Klee's been returning home on time every day without being reminded by anyone.
Aw.
So, I've been wondering what you're up to lately.
Klee's a very good girl.
When I was home at night, I looked through Albedo's crafting book and learned to make this.
Oh, is it a new bomb?
Da-da-da!
Aw, it's precious. It's got a little Klee hat on it, too.
Whoa! It's Dodoko doing a jumpy dumpty!
Yeah.
I made a figure that looks like the Dodoko from Dodoko's Bombtastic Adventure!
That is adorable, Klee. Why was that in Albedo's crafting book, though?
Even though I can't make it throw real bombs.
Well, I imagine you could, but you just showed a very healthy amount of restraint.
I hope it'll remind you of the fun we had together and blast away your troubles and boredom.
Oh, absolutely, Klee. This has been a truly... I value every moment we get to spend with you.
A big Dodoko toy! Oh, Paimon loves surprises like this!
Yeah, it's the best kind of toy.
With this, it'll feel like we're adventuring with Klee and Dodoko wherever we go!
Thank you for the creative and thoughtful gift, Klee. Dodoko will come with us on all our adventures from now on.
I'm so happy you like my gift.
Oh,
I worked super hard on it.
I will truly treasure this forever, Klee. I hope I can equip it.
What's your gift, Lisa? I want to see.
Well, I'm afraid my gift is a lot less creative than yours.
I mean, there's no shame in that, Lisa. It's impossible to beat Klee's gift.
It's a storybook about Dodoko's bombtastic adventures.
Oof, that is pretty good, though. Oh, and I love the little the cover artwork.
An adventure story! Yay!
I wonder if we can read it.
Storybook!
The little cuties return to Mondstadt and join Klee on an adventure with Dodoko. Together, they defeated the bad spiky fish warriors and then enjoyed an afternoon tea.
Yeah.
A most fitting way to end Dodoko's bombtastic adventure.
Yeah, I'm in agreement, Lisa.
Did you plan out the whole story while designing the game?
Maybe.
No, as the protagonists of the story, you, little cutie, and Klee all played an important part in bringing the story to life. I've left a blank spot in the book specially for illustrations.
Aw, so Klee can draw?
But I just thought of an even better idea. Since we're all here on this special occasion, why don't I take a photo
Yeah.
of you together?
Yeah.
Sure! We got to see our friends and play games together! That's definitely worth celebrating!
Klee's already ready. You gotta treasure the small joys in life. So true. It's the little things that you tend to remember.
Come on then, Miss Honorary Knight and Paimon. Ready, Lisa?
Ready? Cheese.
Klee had so much fun today. 3, 2, 1.
Dodoko! Mhm. That was a beautiful little event. Mini event. Aww. Precious. I got the book too. There it is, Dodoko's Bombtastic Adventure. A fairy tale that Lisa wrote based on the special game Dodoko's Bombtastic Adventure, featuring the Spark Knight, Dodoko, Special Jumpy Dumpties, the Honorary Knight, and their white-colored helper and their victory over the fishies. Oh, wow. She went all out. Still love that artwork. In the calm waters of Cider Lake, the fish of Mondstadt were enjoying quiet, happy lives. But then, a never-before-seen army of spiky fish appeared. They were clad in strange armor and carried small, short swords, Ferocious and oppressive, they soon took over the homes of the local fish. Ha ha! This belongs to the Spiky Fish Kings now! To reclaim their homeland and eject the invaders, the Fish of Mondstadt asked the strong and imaginative Dodoko and the cheerful and kind Spark Knight for help. Jumpy, eh? We can't use Jumpy Dumpty this time? The powerful Jumpy Dumpty bomb would destroy the houses the fish were trying to reclaim, and the lake bed would be utterly wrecked. Another idea was needed. The clever Dodoko and the Spark Knight discussed the problem at length and came up with the super special, super safe, super reliable Jumpy Dumpty. Small and precise enough to blow up only the bad spiky fish, leaving the innocent fishies unharmed. But the name, super special, super safe, super reliable Jumpy Dumpty, was a little long, and the Spark Knight kept saying it wrong, so they called the new device the Special Jumpy Dumpty instead. Wait, allow me to listen out. It turned out that Dodoko's long ears weren't just for show. They were great for picking up sounds. Once thrown into the lake, Special Jumpy Dumpties would swim toward wherever the spiky fish were active, and Dodoko could hear it all. That allowed the Special Jumpy Dumpties to work their magic at exactly the right spot, defeating the spiky fish. A good little children's book. But the enemy seemed prepared. There were so many of them. The Spark Knight and Dodoko rushed back and forth, not even stopping to eat. They were almost out of Special Jumpy Dumpties. Oh no! Empty belly and running low on ammo. You think you two are enough to beat us, conquerors of the 5 seas? But what were the 5 seas the spiky fish spoke of? Could they have overpowered the fish in other places as well? Flummoxed. That's a bit of a big word for a children's book. Dodoko and the Spark Knight returned to the Athenaeum to inquire with the scribe witch. Without needing to crack open a book, the witch chuckled softly. Perhaps these 5 seas simply refer to the north, east, south, west, and center of Cider Lake. It finally dawned on the Spark Knight and Dodoko. They'd fallen for a fish story. Unfortunately, the slippery spike fishes had seized this opportunity to construct a sturdy barrier reef. They won this round. They then expertly hid among the aquatic plants, kicking off a devious game of hide and seek with Dodoko and the Spark Knight. Now, these thorny fishes would be an even greater thorn in their sides. Dodoko and the Spark Knight thus called in help, the honorary knight and the helper in white. Ooh, nice rhyme. With ample experience between them, the two offered just the advice they needed. Looking at a map, the honorary knight said, "Just like with any adventure, you must first determine the direction in which to advance." Dodoko understood. By finding a way to control the direction of the blast, they could enhance the Special Jumpy Dumpty's power and reach spiky fish further away. Between mouthfuls of dessert, Helper and White said, "Damn it, Paimon. And if you can make the explosions take all sorts of forms, they'll be even harder to evade." Helper and White's got a point. The Spark Knight then had an idea. They made the Special Jumpy Dumpty explode into the shapes of different desserts. They could lure the gluttonous spiky fish and wipe them out in one blast. It was a good idea from the Spark Knight. So, Dodoko and the Spark Knight upgraded the Special Jumpy Dumpty with a new ability. This new and improved Special Jumpy Dumpty could explode in various shapes that could pass through the lake plants and reach... Well, actually, they couldn't. Lake plants sort of blocked it. And reach the enemy soldiers hiding in even the trickiest locations. Even if they couldn't deal with the unyielding stones, they could circumvent them, delivering an explosive surprise to the nasty fish behind it. Armed with these Special Jumpy Dumpties, Dodoko and the Spark Knight no longer had to worry about being ambushed by the spiky fish. One after another, the spiky fish were defeated. When word of this finally reached the spiky fish kings, they swelled up angrily and stormed in to join the battle. In the Honorary Knight and the Helper in White's experience, bulbous blobs were always bad news. When they looked over to the opposing side, and saw the hulking kings, glimmering in gold, they wondered, how were there suddenly so many of them? No matter how they sliced it, this was all rather fishy. Did Sino help write this? Between mouthfuls of dessert, the Helper in White said, "There's nothing to be afraid of. Maybe these kings just used berries to paint themselves gold." Looking at a map, the Honorary Knight said, "Even if they dyed themselves with Nilotpala lotuses," not familiar, "their strength would only increase by 50%. By the end of the day, a fish is still a fish." Words to live by. No fish stands a chance against Dodoko's, special jumpy dumpties. Indeed, to them, king might have been more like a title, something that looked impressive and intimidating to others. Their golden color did not necessarily mean that they were any stronger. Spark Knight and Dodoko breathed sighs of relief. Now they wouldn't need to school these fish. I don't know if that one was intentional or not, but that's great. Late into the night, and make everyone worry by returning home so late. This one has a moral for Klee. They had reached the home stretch. It was time to make quick work of this puzzle. Emboldened by their kings, the soldiers mounted another defense amidst the stones and aquatic plants. They were undaunted. Dodoko, the Spark Knight, the Honorary Knight, and the Helper in White had to come up with a clever countermeasure. How should they deploy their limited number of special jumpy dumpties to defeat all their foes in just a few blasts? The Spark Knight glanced over at the Helper in White, who was circling the Honorary Knight, and thought of something. Wait a minute. If these spiky fish only know how to defend against special jumpy dumpties from the front, then all we need to do is go around them, right? Excellent idea, Spark Knight. The spiky fish could only move in the water, but the Spark Knight and Dodoko could freely walk around the pond's edge to where they were undefended, and then launch their special jumpy dumpties from there. Giving you a hint on how to defeat them, in case you couldn't get it. With smart, precise blasts and the spiky fish were completely blown out of the water and sent scattered away in defeat. During their retreat, they even retrieved their things, leaving not one bit of trash inside her lake. Well, that was nice of the spiky fish. I guess they weren't all evil after all. Dodoko, the special jumpy dumpty, the Spark Knight, the Honorary Knight, and the Helper in White had thus defended Cider Lake together. Life was going swimmingly for the fish of Mondstadt once more. Damn it, Sino. You're a bad influence, or I guess a good influence, on Lisa. To reward themselves for their hard work, Dodoko, the special jumpy dumpties, the Spark Knight, and the Honorary Knight, and the Helper in White rolled out a tablecloth and heartily enjoyed a lakeside picnic. On the menu was mint jelly, caramel cookies, berry cake, and tomato chili. A sweet, spicy, and refreshing spread. The threat to Spider Lake was now quelled. Dodoko and the Spark Knight had saved the day. And who knows, perhaps the fruit of this strange encounter, the creation of the special jumpy dumpties, might come in handy again someday. A nice little story. Unfortunately, I didn't see the special jumpy dumpty.
Blade embraces.
Unless it just showed up. Oh, I did just notice I have 2 of the stone slates I need. Good to know for the Tsumi Island puzzle. I'm not sure how many there were, but so probably 2 or 3. But yeah, no Jumpy Dumpty. Aw, and Klee's gone home. Oh yeah, we never did give Barbara her constellation, did we? And she was C2. Or was already C1, I should say. Vitality Burst. Decreases the cooldown of Let the Show Begin by 15%. During the ability's duration, your active character gains a 15% hydro damage bonus. Oh, that's a nice little bit of support, in addition to healing. I do forget the actual details of her abilities, but... yeah, dealing hydro damage to surrounding opponents and applying the wet status to them. On hit, Barbara's normal attacks heal your own party members and nearby teammates for a certain amount of HP. Charged attack generates 4 times the amount of healing. Nice. So you definitely want to use your charged attack for healing. And periodically regenerates your own active character's HP. It does have a really long cooldown, so that 15% is actually kind of significant. I'm gonna say it's about 4 or 5 seconds. Yeah, 4.8 seconds. So not bad at all. She really is quite the healer. I suppose she also, since that applies wet status, makes her, she'd probably go well with someone like Ayaka. Make it easier to apply the free status quite a bit. In addition to being a good healer, but regardless. All right, let's go ahead and, it's a bit early, but let's just make our wish now. This is 68. Nope. We'll get more wishes. We'll get enough wishes to guarantee a 5-star poll by with this event. Granted, this isn't a guaranteed 5-star or guaranteed character, so we'll have to rely on the 50-50, of course. Well, anyways, let's head off to the Wangshu Inn. All right. Here we are at the Wangshu Inn. I guess we gotta go up.
La la la.
Of course, we have our Klee party for this one. I always love taking her on adventures. Hu Tao, Venti. It's so good to see you two together.
Looks like you're having fun. What's the occasion this time?
Poetry, Paimon. Poetry.
Oh, do I spy a traveler and a Paimon?
Yeah.
We were just talking about you. This
Only
is
good
more
things, I hope.
serendipitous than finding Mora after face planting on the road.
That sounds horrible. What are the odds?
It's been too long. I'll bet you have some thrilling new tales from your journey to fill me in on.
Actually,
I can see it in your eyes.
I actually kind of do. Let me tell you all about my trip to Inazuma. Never a dull moment on this Teyvat trip.
Excellent. I knew I could count on you.
What, for new stories?
What were you
Inspiration?
talking about before we got here? Something fun? Or something delicious?
Or both?
We were talking about one certain traveler and how two's company, but three's a crowd, as the inseparable duo
What do you-
tour around Teyvat, making 4 friends here and 5 more there, often
What?
at 6s and
What?
7s as they brave the lakes and seas, collecting pieces of 8 and countless
Uh.
other treasures. They clearly must have 9 lives. Wink, wink. Let's hope they have less than 10 deaths.
The hell did you just say, Hu Tao? And why were you doing your silly churl dance? I need to read that again. I don't think I quite caught all of it. One certain traveler and how two's company, but three's a crowd. I mean, obviously she was counting. as the inseparable duo tour around Teyvat, making 4 friends here and 5 more there, often at 6s and 7s as they brave the That is actually really cool, describing our journey while counting up. Often as 6s and 7s as they brave the lakes and seas, collecting pieces of 8. And, or we're not pirates. And countless other treasures. They clearly must have 9 lives, wink wink. Let's hope they have less than 10 deaths. I would hope so.
What the? It just gets worse and worse.
Paimon, it gets better and better.
Shortly, you may attend a grand banquet at Stonegate. All will be dressed to the nines for majestic food and fine wines.
He's
and
more
after
poetry.
8 long drinks and 7 shorts, they'll each write
He's
6
counting
lines
down.
5 times. You've been to all 4 corners of the world, so in 3 short seconds, can you guess from these 2 stanzas of 1 speech each what this event is about?
Honestly, bringing these 2 together for poetry needed to happen. A counting festival.
It's not, though that does sound fun. Maybe we missed an opportunity.
You did. If you did, though, you'd have to invite the count.
In fact, it's a poetry gala, jointly hosted by representatives from both Mondstadt and Liyue.
I could think of no 2 better representatives than you, Venti, and you, Hu Tao.
Do you still remember the promise I made to the distinguished director Hu here during the Lantern Rite?
Not off the top of my head, no.
Oh, something about writing poetry together?
I probably could have guessed that, but yeah, I didn't actually remember off the top of my head.
That's right. At the dinner table that night, I just knew this young bard was a rare talent with exceptional taste.
He is.
You know, it's rare to encounter such a kindred spirit.
Not many can handle the glory that is Hu Tao.
And now, I've finally seized the chance to collaborate. It took me much trekking across the land to petition Eugene Terrace and contact the Knights of Favonius, but eventually,
They approved.
in the spirit of friendship and poetry sharing, I managed to successfully organize the neighboring nation's congenial poetry gala.
Hu Tao, thank you so much for putting in the work. I am truly excited for this.
Bit of a weird name.
Paimon. The way she says that is so funny and kind of adorable. And the look of concern on her face. The voice actors and the facial animators really do nail things.
Liyue's poetry is known far and wide, and Mondstadt is the city of wine and song. With 2 nations teaming up, it'll be double the fun, and a great chance for people from both places to get to know one another.
Hey, I agree. I'm honestly kind of surprised this event isn't about Fontaine, though. I'm not complaining. I'm just surprised. Also, a little sad you didn't invite anyone from Inazuma. Like I said, Kazuha, this is right up his alley.
Hu Tao and I will be the co-hosts for this poetry gala. Of course, I haven't studied the various forms and formalities of Liyue poetry for very long, so please forgive my dreadful performance just now.
Yeah, I thought it was quite well, actually. You did a good job.
Not at all, Venti. You followed my lead most excellently.
He did. I was thoroughly impressed.
You flatter me.
Oh, I do fear for the world, though, bringing these 2 together. I love it, but I worry about, the fates of Leo and Mondstadt. Now that these 2 fates have been intertwined.
Well, this sounds like fun. Let's get involved.
Yeah. Forsooth, I am wont to dabble in verse.
Oh, Paimon, sure you'll be amazing. Remember that time in Liyue when Paimon gave you the first half of a couplet? Wind rises, winds never churn. You came up with the second half right away.
But the sea of clouds, clouds always return. I don't recall if that's something I took part in or not. but that is most excellent.
Oh, looks like someone's got a knack for this. Perhaps we'll have to raise the difficulty a little.
Oh no. I am not that skilled at poetry, Hu Tao. No match for you and Venti, that's for sure.
Alright, so basically you guys are here to discuss the activities for the poetry gala, right?
Oh, looks like little Paimon's brain has gained a wrinkle or two. You guessed it so effortlessly, but you still guessed it wrong.
Oh, I love you, Hu Tao. Oh,
Huh? Wait, Paimon guessed wrong?
yeah, don't worry, Paimon, it's okay. Like she said, you got another wrinkle or two in your brain. It means you're getting smarter. It means your guess was much better than what she expected.
We came here hoping to invite a special guest.
Oh? Not us.
I already told you. I'm not going.
Xiao, I still need to do your story quest. Well, we've been getting distracted. Don't worry, you're on the plate.
Xiao, you're here too!
The metaphorical plate. Paimon's on the literal plate. He's standing up there, all dramatic.
Never having penned a verse myself, how could I hope to judge the poetry of others? Besides, afflicted with karma as I am, the raucous atmosphere you are cultivating is precisely the kind which I must avoid, as you well know.
That's tragic. This will be a lot of fun, Xiao.
Hey now, there's a first time for everything, right? We all start from itsy bitsy spider, but give it
Yeah.
a shot and you'll be wandering lonely as a cloud in no time. And you don't even
It's
have
good to know
join
that
us in
Itsy Bitsy
person if you
Spider
really
is a
don't want
story
to.
here.
You can just watch the party from a nearby mountaintop and cheer us on.
Oh, yeah. There you go. We'll be participating in spirit.
But at least head down and take a look first. It's right by the inn, and there's plenty of fun activities to get involved with. It can't hurt to take a quick walk and check things out.
She's got a point. And also, if you try to just deny Hu Tao, things just won't end well for you. You'll end up a customer of hers, surely.
Besides, with the renowned traveler here, what is there to fear?
Love the rhyming, Venti. Join us. It'll be fun. We are going to peer pressure you into this.
I'll consider it.
Good. Good. We'll see you there. Man, he exits with style.
It's nearly time. Why don't you all head to the venue and take a look around? Quite a few of your friends should have arrived by now.
Oh, who's going to be there?
Yes, that's right. Venti and I still need to discuss the poem for the opening ceremony. So, we'll catch up with you later. Plus, our Adeptus friend might need a bit more convincing. We'll see if we can coax him down.
I'm sure you can, Hu Tao. You hold the leash of a literal god named Zhongli. I think you can wrangle a little Xiao.
Gotcha! We'll be on our way then!
There is no force. Waterborne poetry, congenial gathering. There is no force in Hu Tao. I fear more. Wait, did I just say no force in Hu Tao? No force in Liyue that I fear more than Hu Tao. Luckily, we're on her good side.
How about that for an opening?
Yes, I like it. But if we could give it a bit more oomph, it would be even better.
Oomph is good.
I think we should lead with a bang, dip into a slippity slide, then whoosh into a whoop whoop, boom!
Yeah, all of that. Those are very technical terms there. You know, standard poetry lingo.
Got it?
Do you got it, Venti?
Got it. Completely understood.
Damn, they really are of the same mind. Yeah, I suppose both of them are sort of forces of chaos in their own ways. Slightly different ways, but still. All right, where are we headed? North-ish. We're actually going pretty far, actually. Half a kilometer. It's just... We'll teleport.
Wow, it's so lively. Didn't think there'd be so many people here already.
Oh, there they are.
And a
Yeah.
lot of them are familiar faces.
Oh,
Let's go say
yeah.
hi.
I see Chongyun and Sing Cho. Hold on, you two. I'll talk to you in a second. I just want to see if there's any other familiar faces here. Huanxi. It's nice to have a chance to write poetry with our friends from Mondstadt. But simply standing at the venue gets boring, so I brought some fruits and vegetables from my hometown to sell. Oh yeah, smart business choice. Oh, but if you're looking to talk about poetry, I'm all ears. Oh, I want to talk about poetry. I'm not going to steal from your stand. Ooh, this is going to be where they do their performance. I do hope Shenhe shows up. Oh, yeah! Hey, Pops. I'll talk to you in a second. Fiona! Noelle, Mika. How you guys doing? We'll start from here. Make our way back to Xingqiu.
Mika! Noelle!
How you two doing? We don't interact with either of you hardly enough.
Oh, it's the Traveler in Paimon.
How you doing, buddy? Your nerves okay?
Are you here for the neighboring nation's congenial poetry gala as well?
Yes, we are.
You said that with a straight face? Is Paimon the only one who thinks it sounds weird?
Yeah, I'm sorry, Paimon. You're alone on this. Are you here as It's a bit long, but it doesn't sound weird. Are you here as Mondstadt's representatives?
Representatives? No. Nothing fancy like that.
Just having fun.
We were sent here by the Knights of Favonius to help maintain order and set up the venue.
Ah, but you are going to take part, right? In the festivities?
But I didn't really do anything useful so far. Noelle brought all these tables and chairs here from Mondstadt by herself. She's a true knight.
Knight in training still, aren't you, Noelle? How's that going along, incidentally? I feel like you're probably more than, strong enough to be a full-fledged knight by this point.
Oh, no, that's just not true. Your efforts were indispensable. You selected the venue, drew up the layout, and so on. Also, you're the true knight here. I'm still in training.
Yeah.
If anything, I should be addressing you as sir.
Nah, it's okay. You're friends, right?
What? No. Please don't. Just keep calling me Mika.
He gets easily
Does
flustered.
it feel like these two could keep this up all day?
Oh, I'm certain they could.
Anyway, Master Jane did say that as long as we keep on top of our work, we should take a look around while we're here and get involved in the poetry gala as much as we can.
You should. Good to hear Jean is still a great boss.
But I haven't written much poetry before, so I'm not sure if I'll fit in.
Hey, there's no problem if your poetry isn't the best. Let's just have fun trying.
I actually have the same concern.
The important thing is just to participate. There's a first time for everything.
Yeah, plus, you won't be alone. We're joining too. The Traveler's a really good writer, you know.
I wouldn't go that far. We are passable, Paimon. Passable.
Really? In that case, we'll try our best too.
We aren't like Hu Tao or Venti or Kazuha levels.
Perhaps the challenge of writing poetry is a rite of passage that all who wish to qualify as a knight must eventually face.
I somewhat doubt that, but hey, whatever encourages you.
Paimon wouldn't go that far. But anyway, no backing out now. See you soon.
Also, if that was the case, Miko would have had to undergo that. He is a full-fledged knight / member of the reconnaissance company.
Sure. Maybe you can teach me a thing or two.
Oh, about poetry.
Oh, Mika beat me to it. I was gonna ask for help too.
We'll write together. All of us.
What do you think the key to a good poem is, Mika? Do you have any idea?
Yeah, what do you think?
Huh? I'm not too sure either.
Well, I like to think good poetry paints a picture. Typically good poetry rhymes, but it's not actually necessary.
If I'd known we'd be doing this sooner, I would have asked Miss Lisa to recommend some books on the topic.
Oh yeah. Should have done that. All right. Ooh. Having an argument with the bar? Oh, can't talk to... Oh. Yes, I can. Jolchen? Please take a seat wherever you like. Enjoy the scenery, write a poem or two, and top it off with the finest drinks. Are you serving some good old Mondstadt wine? Huh. People in Liyue and Mondstadt sure have similar ways to pass the time. I mean, yeah. People are more similar than they think, usually.
Diona!
How you doing?
Traveler in Paimon? I didn't expect to see you here.
No? We always show up at these kinds of big gatherings, though.
Are you here to mix drinks? That's right. I was specially asked to attend this event on behalf of the Cat's Tail, and I'm also here as a mixologist representing the Mondstadt wine industry.
Ah. You know, Diona, one of these days you're gonna have to explain to me, why are you a bartender when you hate it so much?
You're representing Mondstadt's wine industry? Oh, you must be hating every minute of it.
Yeah, seriously.
Of course I hate it. But it's also a perfect chance to destroy the reputation of Mondstadt's wine business once and for all.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Opportunities like this don't come around every day, you know.
But somehow you only succeed in improving it every time. That's right. I think she's told us that before.
Huh? How do you figure that? All I need to do is add some gross ingredients to the drinks, and I can create the most disgusting concoctions imaginable. Nobody will ever buy wine from Mondstadt again.
I think you're gonna accidentally make it better, though.
Paimon thinks you'll end up getting the opposite result.
You will.
Huh, just you wait. I ain't about to mess this up.
Yeah, that's the problem. You're trying to mess this up, but you're not gonna succeed at failing. Don't overwork yourself, though. Enjoy the poetry.
Are you gonna write some poetry with us too? Poetry? I've heard plenty of bards sing in the tavern before, but I've never tried writing any myself.
You could write some about how awful Mondstadt's wine industry is, and that would be fun.
You should join in. It'll be fun. Fine, if I have time.
Of course, of course. Well,
Now, should I try adding loach pearls or horse tails next?
first one, then the other, then both?
Oh, wait! Since we're in Liyue, I should add some Jueyun chilies.
The way you laugh about that. Love it. I don't know, honestly, though, I feel like that's actually just gonna... There's definitely gonna be a market for that. Alright, I'll talk to you later, Diona. And ciao. Even Stone Gate is bustling now. Now that's a sight. You look weary, child. Why not take a rest? Those are some big presents you got wrapped there. Or perhaps they're giant bento boxes. Pops Zhao? Got some tea? Young folk these days, always brimming with new ideas. A poetry gala. Thinking back on my youth, I certainly had stories I could put to paper back then. Oh, the world is eternal, but youth is ephemeral. Yeah, it is. And it just passes by quicker and quicker. All right. Let's talk to Chongyun and Xingqiu.
Well, look who's here. This poetry fest seems to have attracted talent of the highest caliber.
Aw, that's sweet of you. Though, like I said, the highest caliber would be a certain trio of people that we know.
Hey, Xingqiu and Changyun are here too.
Honestly, as a writer, a novelist, I wouldn't be surprised if Xingqiu is also decent, at the very least, at poetry.
I was actually heading into the mountains to train, but he accosted me on the way and dragged me here.
Hey, it'll be fun. He's just looking out for you.
Oh, how your words wound me. Is it not the responsibility of an exorcist of Liyue to ensure that this celebration of friendship between our two nations stays free of evil spirits?
Oh, yeah. And just his presence will ensure that, too.
Besides, this is an excellent opportunity to meet heroes who have come from far and wide. Surely, you must be curious as to how that heroine of Mondstadt was able to lift such heavy objects like they were but a feather.
Oh? Heroine who lifts heavy objects like they were but a feather. Not actually sure who you're talking about.
Are you talking about Noelle?
Oh.
Yeah, she's super strong.
Oh, of course, of course.
Oh? Well, since you are so well acquainted, could we trouble you to introduce us later?
Not at all, of course. It's no trouble.
Okay, fine. But don't forget to help me with my investigation like you promised. That's the only reason I agreed to come at all.
What investigation, Chongyun?
Huh? What investigation?
Yeah.
Naturally, I could never forget such a thing. My word is my bond. Relax, dear Paimon. All will be revealed in time.
Your word is your bond. After you've gotten your reading out of the way.
Okay.
This just wants to be mysterious. We'll play along, Paimon. This is a poetry contest. The opening event. Sudden gust of wind forces everyone to briefly
Poems
shut
and
their eyes.
melodies wandering the wind, wafting to pastures beyond their home.
Very good, Venti. Nice little trick you did there.
Two greedy fishies struggling to swim. They ate so much that they're starting to groan.
Animal crystal fly draped in gold robes, a bright little light from that glazed lantern glows.
Benches pinch the rice and scoot while the boars of the forest anxiously root.
Love her lines.
Welcome one and all to this festival of poetry, jointly organized by Liyue and Mondstadt.
Or, in full, the neighboring nation's congenial poetry gala.
Woo! Yay!
We're your hosts, Liyue's verse monger of the darkest alleys, Hutao.
It sounds awesome and also kind of scary. You just turn down a dark alley and then you hear ominous poetry being whispered from the shadows, only to find Hutao there in the dark. I'm sure she'd give people heart attacks. Well, I suppose that's just, good for her business.
And Mondstadt's liquor-loving lyricist, Venti the Bard.
Always love the alliteration, Venti.
The purpose of this event is to promote friendly poetic exchanges between our two nations. So please, have fun, talk to other people, and make some new friends.
Here, here, here.
If you're here, you're our guest. So please enjoy this poetry fest.
We will, Hutao.
I'd also like to reassure everyone that this event welcomes people of all skill levels, from first-time rhymers to seasoned songwriters.
That's good. See, Noelle, Mika, nothing to worry about.
If you ask me, the most important thing you can bring to writing poetry is authenticity. That means reaching deep down to all the thoughts and feelings you usually hide away or struggle to express, and putting them into words. Just write from the heart in whatever form you like.
Very good advice, Venti.
To help everyone really cut loose and enjoy themselves to the fullest, Venti and I have carefully prepared 3 themes to be revealed over the course of 3 days.
Of course. As is always the custom with these kinds of events. Always phases of 3.
Let's get right to it. The first theme is Riddle Me This.
Oh, I love riddles. Riddle me this, Batman.
Solving riddles, huh? Interesting. It's actually a pretty good choice for a warm-up activity.
Yeah.
Whew. I'm glad they're not making us write sonnets or something right at the start.
That would be a bit overboard.
Does everyone see the lanterns hanging around the venue? These have been specially prepared for the riddle game.
Wonderful.
Simply write down your riddle and hang it on a lantern. Then Venti and I will select a few to pose to the crowd, and you will try to solve them.
Ooh, I like that. I thought you might have had riddles already prepared, but yeah, no, that makes more sense since this is all about the crowd participation.
We'll now give you some time to write down and hang up your riddles. Feel free to walk around and talk with the other contestants to get the creative juices flowing. And remember, whoever guesses the most riddles correctly will get a prize.
Ooh, yeah. Is it getting to hang out with you, Hu Tao? Getting to hear more of your rapping, perhaps, or your poetry? Both of those would be great prices. Or perhaps 2-for-1 tickets to the Wangsheng Funeral Parlor. That would be a good deal, a good prize.
And with that, the neighboring nation's congenial poetry gala has officially begun.
Yay! All right. Well, I suppose I should talk to these two before they might accidentally disappear on me.
That was a good little opening ceremony, wasn't it? Even if I do say so myself.
I'm not sure you slid into the whoosh or the woo woo, but it was a very nice opening bout of poetry. All right. Well, I think it is probably about time to call it for today. Before we finish up, though, let's make sure I don't have any wishes I can make. And before that, we got our new banners being teased. Looks like we got Chongyun, Toma, and was it Dory? Yeah, Dory. I don't imagine I'll be wishing on these banners. I'm not itching to get these constellations. I already have all the characters. But we could see how much, if maybe Thessaly is really, really fun for all I know. So we'll see. And of course, the waterborne poetry. Doesn't seem there'll be any spoilers for Fontaine here, which is always appreciated.
See thy woe. Explosions can hurt people.
All right, we got one wish. And nothing. Fair enough. We'll get more wishes from this event. Whether it'll be enough to get him in the next couple days, we'll see. Here's hoping.
Those are the survival rules that the Knights of Favonius gave me.
Yeah.
Totoko, where are
I
you?
hope we can give you a very fun time, Klee. Hope you love the poetry and the riddles and everything.